Hello, I'm Eric, and I'm this week's anchor. If you want to play winter sports this year, you must have sections 5 and 6 of the PIAA physical form in by Friday, November 8th. If you played a fall sport, you only need to fill out section 7 of the recertification form and turn it into the athletics office. Any French and Spanish student who sold cookie dough should make plans to pick it up at the end of the day, Wednesday, November 6th. All items must be picked up, no exceptions. Please see your language teacher for more information. The Golden Lion shop is open Tuesdays and Thursdays during advisory and is located across from the cafeteria. That's all. Now on to Addie for weather.
Hi, I'm Addie, and I will be reporting for this weekend's weather. Today we will have a high of 62 degrees and a low of 34 degrees with a slight chance of rain. On Saturday, we will have clear skies with a high of 59 degrees and a low of 33 degrees. Then, on Sunday, we will have mostly clear skies with a high of 62 degrees and a low of 52 degrees. That's all for weather. Now on to Jezreel for weekend events.
Thank you, Addie. This weekend, don't miss out on the Rocco Ween in concert at Green Beacon Gallery at 235 West Pittsburgh Street, with the entry fee of $10 at 7 p.m. today. If you want something more hands-on, you could go to an hour-long escape room at lower level 116 East Pittsburgh Street. For entry fees and booking, visit the escape room website 60minutemissions.com on /spellbound. Tomorrow on Sunday, don't miss out on the Greensburg Community Farmers Market on Main Street, which will be the last of the year, so don't miss out. Lastly, on Sunday, if you missed out on the farmers market, make it up to yourself by going to the Holiday Vintage Market at Hempfield Park at 10:30 a.m. till midnight. This is Weekend Events. I'm Jezreel Favorito. Now on to Caden with sports.
Thank you, Jezreel. Here's football. The Greens of Salem Golden Lions will verse Avonworth Antelopes today. At 7 p.m. kickoff of the 2024 WPIAL AAA football playoffs. Come out and support your Golden Lions. And here's cross country. The state cross country championships are this Saturday in Hershey. We have 3 people who have qualified: Reagan Keir, Nick Reinhardt, and Owen Noel. Good luck, guys. That's all for sports. I'm Caden Stolbarg. Have a great weekend.
My name is Jacob Hugis, and my independent report is about student helpers in the middle school swim team. School sports are something no student can avoid in their high school career, as everyone is in earshot of some athlete. But how many people know of the middle school swim team? If you didn't know about the team, then you probably didn't know about the small group of students helping with everything from assisting practices to the paperwork. Fortunately, I got to interview 2 of the student coaches.
I'm Ryan. I'm a senior.
My name is Travis Himes. I am a freshman and I graduate 2028.
What inspired you to help out with the middle school swim team?
It gave me something to do while waiting for the real season to start. And I always liked working with the kids. They're pretty cool, even though they're middle schoolers. They always struck me as pretty funny.
Is this your first year helping with the middle school swim team?
This would be my 3rd year.
I would have to say I always liked to, whenever I was in middle school, we had some coaches, but I just felt like I feel like I could do better. So I went back this year and I'm coaching the kids and they're doing pretty well, and I like to make people be better.
Do you want to pursue a career similar to coaching?
No, but I would be willing to coach like on the side or whatever. You know what I mean? Like for fun.
It'd be really awesome if I could, if I had the opportunity to, but it doesn't pay.
Do you feel included when the team has events or does activities?
Absolutely. We are very close. You know, as a team, there's really no one left out.
Oh, absolutely, I feel included. I feel extra included when I get to time. I get to watch first. I get to be right by the pool side. I get to see how my swimmers are doing. I get to see, I get to critique them, and it makes me feel included. It makes me feel like I'm really am a part of a team.
And will you be returning to the middle school swim team next year?
I will. Since I'm a senior, I'll be graduating. But if I get the opportunity to visit them, like if I'm home or something, of course.
Oh, absolutely, I will return to coach swim team. This is my first year, and I want to say, with all of our coaches, not just me, but I feel like we majorly improved our swimmers, even from the first day. You know, they made a lot of progress, and I would like to keep building off that.
Even though the middle school days are far behind everybody here at Greensburg-Salem High School, you should still try and get involved with the underclass athletes. That's all for my report. Now back to GSTV.
Good morning, GS. For my independent report, I will be asking the school newspaper team some questions, and hopefully we'll be informing you about some things that you didn't know about the paper.
In today's digital age, I think that newspapers have really become only used by older people. I think within a few years, almost everything will be online.
I think they're extremely relevant. It's just changing as far as the type of medium. It's not necessarily going to be print, but more digital in nature.
My role with the newspaper is I'm an editor. Usually I edit everybody's photos, and there are two other editors, Emma Helmick and Addison Poole. Emma usually does the publishing, but I also write my own articles for the paper. I think my most memorable article was last year when I interviewed Dr. Bissell and a few other teachers regarding updates that were going to be done to the school. An update was done recently by Quinn Eisenberg.
Well, that's hard because I've done it for 24 years now, and there have literally been thousands of articles, and I've worked with some of our best students. But if I had to pick one, I would say it's probably from one of my all-star students, one of my best writers of all time. It was when Mr. Bowe broke the news that Johnny Cash had passed away. And if he hadn't done that, I don't think that Greensburg-Salem students would have ever known that Johnny Cash passed. So we're very thankful for Mr. Bowe's work on that article.
I think most students don't realize that some of the work that goes into making an article is the interviews. Me personally, I often do articles about the city, and I have to get in contact with a lot of important people, and it sometimes takes days to get responses, and it can really be hard with our due dates, but interviews are probably the hardest thing to do.
Well, I have very little involvement with it, quite honestly. I do some work as far as editing at the end stage of the articles, and this is something that I'm very proud of the students with. They do 99% of the work. They determine what gets put in. They do the interviewing. They do all of the editing, for the most part, I should say. And they do all the writing, and they really put into play the ethics and all of the things that they've learned through the intro classes and then their experience. And I'm just thoroughly impressed at all times with the work that our students put in and the leadership that they're getting from our editorial team as well. Well, a lot of problem solving. They're constantly having to change things around because they never go as planned. They set up interviews, the interviewee gets, something comes up and they aren't able to make it. There are miscommunications, they end up having to interview somebody else. Somebody gets sick. Sometimes it's certainly understandable, other times not so much, but they're having to think on their feet a lot. I've got students who are leaders, so they're certainly learning how to lead others and deal with that as well. And they're doing a lot of writing, and I think that is something that's very important in just about any field.
That's all for my independent report on the school newspaper. I think it's worth checking out the newspaper at gshslionsden.org for some stories we don't cover here on the news show, and just to support our fellow students with the things they work on. I'm Mason Lumley, and back to GSTV.